Mambo vipi? Karibu sana Crown Media, karibu Crown TV, karibu katika mitandao yetu yote ya kijamii. Jina langu ni Pablo Almas. Bahati iliyoje leo niko na Superwoman Jackie JJ. Kwa mara ya kwanza kabisa tunaenda kuhakikisha kwamba unapata ladha nzuri kweli kweli katika interview yetu bora, mahojiano ambayo tunaenda kuyafanya na Micky Junior, mtangazaji ambaye anatokea Ghana, na uzuri ni kwamba Watanzania wengi tumefahamu kutokana na ubora wa kazi zake. Sasa leo tunayo nafasi nzuri sana ya kuzungumza mengi sana kimichezo na fursa mbalimbali ambazo huenda ikawa mara yako ya kwanza kuzisikia, lakini ukatumia na wewe kujinufaisha kwenye mambo mbalimbali. Micky Junior, karibu sana.
Asante.
I wonder, like, is Swahili still coming and coming days by days, so it's still very difficult for you?
No, it's coming.
It's coming, eh?
Kidogo, kidogo.
Kidogo, kidogo.
Yeah. But I hope before AFCON I will be ready.
Mambo vipi?
Poa, uko poa?
Niko poa. Karibu sana Tanzania.
Asante sana.
Well, we met several times, several areas. This is the first time you visited us in the studio. How do you see our studio? How do you see our media office? And you're mostly welcome.
I mean, pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like the setups here.
Yeah.
And the people here are also very professional.
Yeah.
They know their job. You know, everybody is up to task.
Yeah.
I think also good environment,
Sure.
you know, right from the entrance, from the security, check-in and all that. I think it's a beautiful place, and no wonder Crown is one of the best in the country.
Thank you so much. We have so many to discuss today, and probably I would like to start with you first before anything else. Micky Junior, you are doing a great job, a brilliant one, and young talented people, young journalists would like to learn a lot from you. So far, tell me something. For a person to become as Micky Junior, maybe at least to do few of what you have been doing in this industry of journalism, he or she, what has he has to do to at least reach the level that you are right now?
I think it's, you know, more about hard work.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I always say there is nothing so special. I just make very good use of social media. You know, I studied more on the job. That's where I spend a lot of my time. So you will see that me, mostly I don't even sleep because sometimes I say to myself, when I sleep, I will end up missing some information or some news. But yeah, all in all, it's more about dedication, you know, and try to find the right connection with people, the people that matters, especially in the game.
Yeah.
You know, the club presidents, the CEOs, the agents, the chairman, the federation president, general. You know, these are the people you need to connect with, because when you connect with them directly, that's when you get more information, more sources, because they are the people who have the news, you know. So when you are very close with them, then you can be able to be up to date with everything that is happening there in football and in sports journalism. So yeah, just stay true to yourself, be more hardworking. I know from the beginning, even me, I experienced it, you know.
Sure.
I remember from the beginning, there are times when I make a post, I don't even get a comment, you know.
Okay.
Sometimes you can go the whole day, just one like, nobody cares.
And,
you know.
it didn't bother you?
No, because I know that usually the beginning is tough, and it is when people, they start to, you see how credible you are, how authentic and genuine and truthful your news is. That's when they come to follow. They begin to share your post. They begin to talk about you, to discuss you. So yeah, I remember at the beginning it was like that. You know, it was really tough. Okay. I can go sometimes the whole day, 5 likes, like 5 comments. But I
can imagine how you felt that time.
Yeah, but I never give up. You know, I know that, okay, it's just the beginning, you know, and once you stay consistent, that's the key word. You need to be very consistent. You don't say, okay, because people were not commenting or liking, then I pause, then I stop. Just keep working hard. One day, just one post or 2 posts, it will pick, and that's it.
When talking about yourself, you know, something that bothers a lot of people, and maybe they are asking the question, it's about connection. You know, connection, it's a very difficult thing to a large number of journalists in Tanzania. But they wonder, Micky is from Ghana, but he has a connection with everyone. presidents of the clubs, president of the federations, people around football in Tanzania. How is it simple for Micky Jr.? And how on our side we see it's like something very difficult, like to approach the president of the federation, Wallace Karia, it's something very difficult, but to Micky Jr., it's easy. How does this guy penetrate and do and have the information that we can try days by days, months, and we cannot achieve it?
No, I mean, from my side, I think is, like I said, how credible you are.
Yeah.
And for me, one thing is that I am somebody, I can get information from you.
Okay.
But the way I will put it out there,
Yeah.
nobody will know that you are the one who told me, or you are the
Okay.
one who gave me the information.
Yeah, sure.
So there are times, when people attack me, I prefer it that way. I like it when people attack me than for me to reveal my sources or those who give me information for people to attack them.
Yeah, sure.
So, when these guys, they trust you, the president, the owners, when they trust you like this, it's so easy for you guys to work together.
Okay.
Because they know that, okay, once we tell Micky something, it's safe. And even when you share with me, like I'm saying, the information, I put it in my own way where I would never mention your name or say that, okay, Pablo told me this.
Yeah, sure.
Because when I do that, first of all, I am putting you
in a difficult situations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your workplace, because some of them we discuss, they are very sensitive.
Yeah, sure.
But after all, I know how to put it out there where I will never mention the name of the one who told me, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, okay, Micky, these are people attack me. I like it that way than to put out those who give you information. So when leaders, the club owners, president, they see like this, they are okay with it because they know that, okay, this guy is protecting me, my job, the people around me, and all that. So I don't like to put people in difficult situations, in difficult circumstances. So I prefer that I keep it that way. I put the news out there, but I don't reveal the sources.
Let's leave a part of France away. Let's start with the journalists who attack you, like they see like the presidents, the federations prefer you most. There are some things that they think they're capable of doing it, but why do the president chose Micky? A good example, like we had a meeting, if you remember, for the journalists, and you came as a visitor. You told us a lot of things that we learned from you, but some of the journalists were not happy with that. Like, the federation don't see us, the journalists here in Tanzania, till they go and choose someone from Ghana, or what will he tell the people? Like, he doesn't know like the same as we know.
No, I think I remember very well what you're talking about.
Yes.
And one thing people they didn't understand that time was that I was not brought to come and tell people what to do, or to come and tell them do your work like this. Like, no, I cannot do that.
Okay.
Even that situation, we were having breakfast, me and Karim.
Okay.
Buemanda,
yes.
we were just having breakfast together in the hotel.
Yeah.
So then he was like, "Oh, Micky, there is a program for journalists and media. We just want you to pass through and then share some ideas on how we can connect,
sure.
And we can have establish good relationships with people from different countries, like the way you do."
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, why not? They are my colleagues, and it's good for media to share ideas.
Yeah, sure.
To exchange, because only me, I don't know it, or you don't know it, or one. It is when we all come together, we share ideas, we interact, then we can be able to exchange more. So I said, okay. So I didn't come there to tell people, do your work. No, it's not possible. I cannot teach people what to do or how to do their work. We're just sharing ideas.
Yes.
So I was just letting them know how to stay connected with people.
Yes.
So you see that me on my phone, my contact, it's full of football people.
Yeah, sure.
Because these are where I get information from. Yeah. These are the people I spend time with. So I was only just sharing ideas with them. And I think also, like I was saying, it's all about trust. President can choose to tell somebody something.
Yeah, you're right.
If the person, they look at how professional you are also.
Yeah, sure.
Some people, they go about talking, speaking too much. That's why even me, usually, I don't like interviews.
Okay.
Mostly, I prefer to put everything in writing.
Okay.
So people can go to read and to get the idea and what I mean. Because, many of the guys I speak with, they are, those guys are the top football. So that's why, for me, it's even so easy. I can go to any other country and I'm accepted there.
Yeah, sure.
Because of how trustworthy you are, the credibility on the line and all that. So presidents, but I think even Tanzania, you are very fortunate because you have one of the president that is always accessible. He told me, President Karia, he told me he don't even change his number. Okay. It's the same number he used. People, they know it. So maybe it's just about for journalists or media people to prove to him that when he communicates with them, they know how to keep it. Yeah. Because president is a member of CAF AFCON. Yeah. So he would just not like to speak with somebody, before he realizes the news is like this is, So we need to also sometimes understand our leaders. Yes. They are people of high standard. And integrity is also there. So we need to protect them and protect ourselves also.
How can you clarify this? People say that you're a Simba fan and you prefer most to be on their side, especially when it comes to the circumstance that maybe Simba is not doing something very well and you stand by their side. That's why they call you a Simba fan. Do you agree with that? And it's not bad for a journalist to choose a side, but it's a good decision for a journalist to stand in the line for the truth. So I would like to know, is Micky Jr. a Simba fan? That's the first thing. And the second thing, does it bother you hearing this news day by day? You're a Simba fan, you work with the, I can say Mangungu, we can talk about also Magori and other people from Simba, or how can you say about this?
Look, in Africa, everybody knows I support Al Ali. Okay. It's clear. I said it several times. Okay. I posted about it many times. I support Al Ali since the days of Abu Treka. Mohamed Abu Treka, Wael Goma.
That was, 2000 and...
From 2006, 2008 coming.
Yeah, sure.
10 thereabout. Al Ali was very strong, powerful. Sure. That was when, because I saw them like the Real Madrid of Africa. They were winning trophies. They always want to win, and it's the same for me also. I like clubs who want to succeed. They want to win. They have a project. They have an aim. So, but here I hear things like this. I hear also sometimes people comment, Micky is Simba fan. But in Tanzania, even the club I like the most, people don't know. Okay. It's Coastal Union. That's my team.
So you're the same with the president Wallace's career. He loves Coastal Union a lot.
The same as me also, Coastal Union fan because of him. And sometimes when I go to Tanga, I make time to visit, to watch their games in Mkwakwani Stadium.
You're right.
So, but it's people. We cannot have control over what people write or what people say.
You're right.
Maybe that person is sitting in his home somewhere and can just take a phone because he have internet and put up something. So I cannot control it. It's people. But I have good relationship with people in Simba, in Yanga. One thing people don't know, Engineer Hersi is a very good guy. People don't know. Okay. Very good guy. I speak with him almost every time.
And people don't think that. People think that you're an enemy.
I think usually it's the fans. Okay. They have that perception. But I have good before, there was a time I came for Yanga Day. Okay. I was with Peter Motmani because I made a post when Yanga won the league and they did the trophy parade.
Yes, a trophy.
So there were a lot of people on the street and, so Arafat sent me like 4 or 5 photos and I posted it. And Peter, he commented. That time he was, I think, coach of Al Ali. Okay. So he was like, he never see anything like this before in Africa where the league champions or the cup winners, they parade the trophies on the street and a lot of crowd. Sure. So we arranged, then I came. Peter also was here. Yeah. Even I forgot, there was somewhere we went and then they did like a short press conference.
It was at Gymkhana.
Gymkhana. Yeah. I was there, Peter was there, and some other guys, Arafat, Hersi. We were all together. Okay. After we came, we had lunch with GSM.
Yes.
I was sitting here, GSM was here, Haj Manara, Arafat, Peter, all of us on the same table at the top of GSM Tower. We eat there, we were laughing. So, sometimes it's the fans. They don't know.
Do you think sometimes you need time to prove to people like, listen, I'm just a journalist. I'm just trying to do my work. You have to trust me. I'm not depending in one side. Do you think you can do that?
I just have that feeling that no matter how you you cannot prove to everybody, you know. You
You're
cannot
right.
prove to everybody that people will always misjudge or have
Sure.
misconception about
Yeah,
something.
you're
So
right.
for me, it's just about to focus and to do my job. You know, look, if Simba do something bad, I will write.
Yeah, okay.
If Yanga do something bad, I will put it up. It doesn't mean, okay, because I have good relationship with Magori or Zubeida or, you know,
Whatever.
or Arafat or
Yes.
somebody. So because no, that one I will, you know, me, I'm somebody, they all know it. I always tell them, I'm somebody, I don't like to see that you try to treat players bad.
Okay.
You try to treat coaches bad. You try to treat journalists bad. Generally, I just don't like bad things you treat or you try to do to people. So before, when I was writing about Yanga, people, they don't understand. They say, okay, Micky don't like Yanga. But at that time, there were some little issues they had, you know, in terms of players taking them to FIFA, you know. So when I begin to put things like this, then people say, okay, he's exposing our club. He doesn't like our club.
Yeah.
But there were situations like this. Sometimes, you know, some of the players, they take the club to FIFA because maybe some signing on fee or salary or the way they part ways with them, they let them go. It's not in the best condition. So they write to FIFA. And at FIFA also I have my sources. So when any player or coach takes a club to FIFA, they immediately let me know. So I was posting about this, but it was also for the best interest of the club.
Okay.
Now, when FIFA ban, you know, FIFA, they update the clubs, they ban every Monday.
Yeah, sure.
So once they do it and I go to check, there is no Yanga, and I post. No, the club, they even feel proud.
Okay.
Last time I was telling President Hersi, you see, you feel good when I post and your club is not banned or it's not on the list. How do you feel? Very good.
Very good.
So when I was doing this before, it was also for because I see Yanga also as a big club, like Al Ali, Sundowns, Mamelodi, and Orlando Pirates, Kaiser Chiefs, and all that. So if those clubs, they are not banned, why Yanga cannot also do good so that you don't be on that list? So no bad relationship between us, you know, very good relationship with them. Even the media guys, when I came, there was you know, Yanga, they have the photographer Amani.
Yes,
There was a guy like this, Amani and Tebo or something. There was one guy, all of them. Ali,
Tony's jokes,
Ali Kam, all of us. Even yesterday I was with Ali together.
Yeah, I saw you guys.
know, they took me to somewhere, I forgot, they say Yanga, they like to go to that place. It's like they have a beach there.
Jangwani.
Yeah, maybe somewhere. We were there together, we shared drinks, we had food and all that with the guys, Amani and all that. So
is it not seafood?
Yeah.
It's seafood, okay.
So usually it's just the fans, you know, and you cannot prove because everybody and what they think and what they say. So for me, I just have to keep to do my work, and at the end of the day, the important thing is giving people the right information, the right news, and that's it.
Micky is not actually basing with Ghanaian football. His mind is with Tanzanian football every time, morning to evening, day by day. Why is Micky not basing with Ghanaian football, where he's coming from, and your mind is in Tanzania? These are the questions that people ask themselves every day. Like, is Micky not focusing with the football from his country? And it's like his mind, day by day, it's just thinking about Tanzanian football, the clubs and the people.
Yeah,
is it true?
You know, if you look at the situation now, it's not only even Ghana football, but you know, West Africa.
Okay.
Football in West Africa now is dead, if we are being honest. You know me, I like to face the fact.
Sure.
Now football in Africa, North Africa, you come to East Africa, or you go to southern part of Africa. Even southern, mostly South Africa. Okay. You know, mostly South Africa. Botswana, they are trying, and other countries. But West Africa, even the people there, they prefer European football.
Okay.
When you are in West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Burkina, you find them on the streets wearing Manchester United jersey, wearing Chelsea jersey, Real Madrid, Barcelona. What I can do about it? Even their own journalists, they are talking about this weekend there is Merseyside derby, Liverpool, Everton, or there is Atletico is playing Barcelona. Those are the things they discuss. They themselves, they don't even speak about their football. What me, only me, what I can change. So that's the question, because I like to give support to people who are pushing, to people who are doing
you're
good.
right. Yeah.
So you can see the development here in East Africa or in Tanzania. Infrastructure is coming up. I went myself to tour some of the stadiums to see some things, and the development is doing good.
Sure.
Thanks to the leaders you have here who they are pushing. You have a very good president who also loves sports. She's supporting and all that. So when I see where people are doing good, I support them. I cannot be talking about Ghana when even our own derby, Hearts of Oak in Asante Kotoko, they open free gates. They don't sell tickets. And still, when they open free gates, a stadium that can take maybe 35 or 40,000, you find only 800, only 1,000 people watching the game. What I can do?
Are you guys tired of football?
It's not about being tired, but football has gone down, and this is the reality. We need to face it.
Okay.
And for me, that's why I always even say that it will take Ghana maybe in the next 5 years or 10 years to come back. Because before we were very good. Yes. If you remember, we won the Under-20 World Cup 2009 in Egypt, where we have the Andre Ayew and those guys, Ajiman Bedu and the rest. When we were going to World Cup in 2010 in South Africa, we went with almost 80% of that under-20 squad that won the World Cup in 2009. We only added a few big names, Asamoah Gyan, Kelvin Prince Boateng, Sule Muntari, some few boys, and we added Stephen Appiah and co. When we added to make the team and then take. But now we don't do like this, because for us, our main strength in Ghana is the local football, senior high, secondary school football, where we have coaches, we train them. So they go as scouts to watch maybe this school and this school they are playing. They can find some talent, or local community football. And we get them, we put them together, we let them pass through the under-17, under-20, then we take them to the national. Asamoah Gyan was not playing in Europe when we brought him to our national team. He was playing in school. Michael Essien, school, Stephen Appiah, we got them from communities. But now we don't do anything like this again. We hear of a player, he's playing in Spain. His mother is from Ghana. His father, let's run and let's go and bring them. When they come, they don't have the country at heart. They don't know about how people feel. They don't hear the news. They don't read the papers. They live all their life. Look at one example, Inaki Williams.
Yes, you're right.
He's doing very good in Atletico Bilbao.
Yes, but when
he comes to national team, he doesn't give us anything.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
He was not born in Ghana. He don't know anything about Ghana. He only hear it, or his parents are from Ghana. And when they come, for them, when they are even playing, they are protecting their legs. They don't want to go for tackles. But those days we had Stephen Appiah, who can, Michael Essien in the middle, agree hard. But we don't do anything like this again. And it has affected the clubs, because at least before we can get 5 players, 10 players to push them from our clubs to the national team. But now, like I'm saying, we are rather chasing European players that they reject them. Players who want to play for England. They've passed their prime, 27, 29. They didn't call them to play for England. Now we are chasing them to come when we can develop our own. So when all these things, like I'm saying, it has affected our clubs. Even in Ghana now, our league, we don't have sponsors. Here you have NBC, that supports the league, and other sponsors. For us, we don't have. The winner of the league takes like a salary of a player in South Africa or in Tanzania league. What I can do? I'm not the one to make the effect, and so I would not love to. There are leaders, there are people who can make the right decision, and they know. So they need to make in the effort, and all of us will come on board to support. But here you are making the effort. Before Ghana, we have 4 clubs in Africa, 2 in Champions League, 2 in Confederation. Now we have only one. Our one slot is gone. But here you have 4, 2 in Champions League, 2 in Confederation. And this year, all of them were in the group stage.
Yes, sure.
Only unfortunately they couldn't come out and qualify to the quarters. So these are big differences. You are developing stadium, you are building stadium, you are putting up stadium. Our stadiums that hosted the AFCON, even in 2008, now some of them are rotten. You see the pitch, terrible.
It's very terrible.
You know it. So Pablo, when things like this happen, what I can do, this is the reality. the leaders are interested in running to go and bring. But here you are developing your players.
Yes.
Look at your national team that was in AFCON. Fraser Salum, where is he playing? Azam.
Sure.
Here in Tanzania.
You're right.
Baka, where is he playing?
Yanga.
Dixon Job, where is he playing?
Yeah, you're right.
The goalkeepers who were in AFCON, where are they from?
From Tanzanian League.
Mwalimu. You know, so there are so many differences. And you know, here, I was in Tanga myself to see the TDS.
Okay.
I was in Kigamboni also to see. And you can see that at least the FIFA forward, the FIFA money that comes, President Karia is using it to build. When you go, you can go and see the effects there. So when we have leaders like this who care about their game, they care about the people, they care about developing their league, we give them support. I cannot go and be posting about Nigeria or Cameroon where even Samuel Eto'o himself always is moving in France, he's here, he's what I can do.
Well, we spoke a lot about Ghanaian football. Micky, you have been around for so long. Where do Simba fail to get back at its level best? You see, Yanga have been doing great for more than 4 seasons right now, and they're seeking for the 5th title right now. What's the main problem of Simba Sports Club? There are people are talking about the management of the football club of Simba. There are people talking about the players, but when it comes to players, every window we see changes. And when the changes come after 2 months, the fans are happy with these changes. But at the end of the season, they get back again and like, we are not satisfied with the players that you brought. They don't give us what we deserve. And others, they turn back again to the management. Like, if not Magori, it's Mangungu. Mangungu, Magori, the club. Where do Simba fail to get back at his level best?
Look, I think the club could have done so great this season than before, especially
like from the CAF Champions League, or you're only talking about the NBC?
Even I'm talking about both
of
the
them.
Champions League, the NBC, the Cup game, the CRB. You know, I think this season could have been their season.
Okay.
Because you know, last season Fadlu was there.
Yeah.
His first season, he took the club to the final of the Confederation.
You're right.
You know, it means that this is a coach who is good at his job, professional.
Very professional.
He knows what he is up to.
Yeah.
Now, you were able to let him take the team for preseason and all that, did Simba Day and all that. Even at Simba Day, there was a statement he made. This is a year of trophies. He said something like this, I remember, on Simba Day. So it means that this season could have been better for the club. But the big mistake they did, and I was telling some of the leaders, is to sit down and get to a point where Fadlu would decide to leave. That's the big problem. It was not about money.
Do you think, that was the question. Do you think Fadlu left because of money?
No.
Or do you think, people are saying that Fadlu was tired because there was interruptions at his work. The leaders were coming in and sometimes they were deciding for him what to do. And he's the type of coach, like, he wants to do things on his own. What was the main reason Fadlu left at Simba? Maybe you could have tell us today through Crown Media.
You know, Fadlu was just not happy. You know, I'm very close with Fadlu.
Yeah.
He's a coach I have a lot of respect for. You know, aside even being a coach, he's more a very good human being. If you are very close with him, I know him, the family, the wife, the agent. And look, Fadlu is not about money. In Cape Town, you know, he lives in Cape Town, you know, good place, good money.
I know.
You know, Cape Town is like the Zanzibar or Arusha here, you know, top place to live. And the family are well-to-do. They are very good. He played football at professional level before. Yeah. So it was more about the job. You know, he just felt like people are trying to set him up to fail, you know, and a lot of insecurities. And the promises that were made to him, you know, since he came, some of them were not met. And even if it's me or it's you and you work and people have assured you of certain things and they are not doing it, you begin to ask questions. You begin to doubt, am I even in the right project? Would things even be better? So within this process, when he was evaluating, thinking, analyzing, and then the Raja deal also came. Okay. So he was like, okay, then it's better to move. But Fadlu really loved Simba. That's one thing people don't know. He really loved the club. when he was here, you know, we speak mostly. He tells me, look, I really love the fans. They cheer for me. Even when he goes out to the shops to buy something, everybody, coach, like, you know, and he fell in love with the country. You know, Tanzania is a peaceful place. Everybody loves here. Good place to be with your family. And he felt like, okay, I'm in the right space, right environment. But then certain things didn't go as planned. You know, some of the promises they gave him. And then he also felt like, look, the thing that even got him more pissed, you know, when they traveled to, is it Eswatini?
It was Eswatini,
To
yes.
play in Singi Hospital, something, in the first round of the,
Yeah.
first round of the qualifying for the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, bro, some players were in the hotel eating somewhere at the airport looking for visa. Doesn't work like this. And Fadlu sees Simba as Al Ali. He sees Simba as Raja. He sees Simba as Wydad, as Mamelodi, as the big clubs in Africa. And there is no way Al Ali will come to Tanzania. Some players are Aludieng and some players are in the hotel.
Yeah,
They got their visas and they eat, they relax, and they are sleeping.
Yeah.
And some players, Imam Ashore, El Shanawi or Ameria, some players are at the airport now looking for visa to enter. It doesn't work like this.
You're right.
So things need to be professional. So Fadlu say, look, I can't, this mentality I don't accept. I cannot work in an environment like this. You know when the draw was made, you know to start to prepare early, you know to book hotel, you know to make arrangements for logistics, visa issue and order. So he decided, and you know, not that it was about money. He has a lot of respect for the club. He wish, I know for sure that one day he will even come back. I know for sure, if things are done right. Because look, he believed that Simba was like the perfect club for him. He fit in his philosophy so well. Look at the players he had. Gianna, who was on top of his game, Tesi Mukwala, Kaguma.
And his top players when Fadlu left. And
all of them, they left.
Yeah.
That was the big difference.
Yeah.
So it means that a lot of these players were even playing for the club and for the coach.
Yeah,
there are some
you're
players
right.
like this.
Yeah.
When they decide to play for the club, they decide from their heart to play for the coach.
Yeah.
At every tackle, they will give in their best. Every chance, they will try to score. So that was the Fadlu issue. You know, he just felt like certain things were not certain things that they spoke about, you know, before the season, you know, and he, you know, like you said, it has to do some things with the management, you know,
Yeah, sure.
And this is some of the challenge with the club. I believe that, you know, if you look at Yanga, mostly they are young people. Sometimes, you know, Hersi is young, Arafat is young, Ali Kamwe, like, you know, the media, the board members, executive committee and all that. I believe also, I'm not saying Simba, okay, all the old people move out. It doesn't work like that. We still need them as our fathers, as our leaders. We can go and, you know, pick some ideas from.
Yeah.
But I believe also they need to try to give some chance also to young people. Because look, now young people are people with fresh ideas.
Okay.
They can think, they can create. They don't want to do things like things that happened in the 1970s, in the 1980s, 1990s, you know. Let there be fresh ideas on board. So the board members can stay, but they need to also try to bring on young people. There are a lot of young people.
Do you think it's coming? Because what I see in Simba, in the board member, is just the rotation. If not to try again, tomorrow you'll see Mangungu, tomorrow you see Magori. The same people roaming around for more than 5 years right now. And right now you're talking about the young generation like President Hersi, the Vice President Arafati. You want to see the same thing at Simba. Do you think the management, the board members are ready to give the time, to give the opportunity to the young generation, and maybe they can combine together to form something new?
I think, yeah, that's where the challenge is. Because we all remember when Barbara was there, it was not like this. The club was doing well.
You're right.
You know, that is one thing, a lot of us, we get to know the club, if we are being frank.
Yeah.
Before Simba was playing in the Champions League, they were doing so well. And I think it was the COVID time. When Barbara is coming to CAF, she brings us the Simba nose marks, Simba jersey, the muffler. So all of us, we got to know about Simba. We were here in the club in the Champions League. They were doing well. And Barbara was also young. She was active. She comes for CAF meetings. She was on the CAF, interclub competitions committee, you know, so it was more like this, active young people getting involved, speaking, sharing ideas, creating, you know. So, like you said, it's almost the same thing at Simba. The old people, they recycle.
Yes.
Magori, Magungu, try again.
Yeah.
These are very good people. I have a lot of respect for. I speak with all of them.
Yeah.
I was even with Magungu in Kahama during the general meeting. So,
sure.
look, they can still be there, but young people need to also come on board. So that, because there are people who are more vibrant, they are more active, we know how to quickly think and to bring in solution. You know, we still need our old fathers there, let them stay, but give chance also to young people. Barbara is still there, bring them on board. Zubeda is there doing good. Ali is there, and the young guys, Rabi, Chico, give chance to these young people. Let them, give them tasks, give them something to do, and expect results. And this is what Hersi is doing there at Yanga. He's not doing anything extraordinary. He's just giving young people tasks. I put you to do this. I want result by next week. You take care of this. I want, do the same also at Simba and get results.
Hersi is doing brilliant at Young Africans, but there is something that differs with Simba Sports Club. Yanga is dominating the NBC League right now, and they are proud of the achievement that they got from the last 4 seasons right now. What is the problem of Young Africans during CAF competitions? It's been a second consecutive season that they don't do it very well, despite you. So we saw Simba. Simba may not have a good season, but when it comes to these competitions, the quarterfinals, they qualify. Yanga with a good squad, with a bad squad, we don't see this coming out. What's the main problem with Young Africans when it comes to CAF competitions?
Yeah, I think maybe something that has to do with mentality, and especially when they travel for away games, because you know African football many times is tough when you travel for away games. So because in away games also you need points. You know, all home games try your best to win. Then when you travel for away, if you're not winning, try to fight for at least a point. And I think this is what, you know, is the challenge there. But all in all, I think they have assembled a young squad, a squad that is more hungry for success. You know, Depu is there, Alan Okello, Pakome. These are young players who want to succeed. They want to achieve something. They want aim. So we should just give them time. They also brought in a very good coach, who is my good friend, Pedro. You know, he was there in Angola. He qualified for them for the AFCON, but he didn't go. So I think, now 2 seasons, no quarterfinals. Like we always say, third time lucky. Probably this the third time next season they would make it. And sometimes also depends on the group. You can be in some tricky groups, you know, where everybody is fighting, everybody want to qualify, everybody want to make it out of the group. So I think the challenge, mentality-wise. Otherwise, they have a good team. Here, when they play at home, good support. The fans are there for them. So they just need to put on more tough mentality, especially when they travel for away games. So,
but do you think Yanga have felt the signings this season? From the beginning till right now?
I don't want to say. Depu is scoring. He's scoring goals, I think almost 6 or 5 goals he's scoring. So I don't think the issue has to do with the signing, if they failed or not. It's just about how they're going to blend, how they're going to gel in the squad. Okello is not really finding the rhythm.
No, I'm talking about the beginning of the league. We saw Ekua coming. We saw Dumbia.
Oh, yes.
Those are the players that I'm talking about.
No. Those signings, I think they were not probably at that level of the club. I have to be very frank, because all those players now, they are even shipped out on loan. So yes, the hype around it. They even signed a player from Mali. From Stade Malien, I think that guy was doing good, but when he came, he couldn't play. So sometimes it has to do with the environment, you know. The players are more comfortable where they are, but when they come in here, they struggle to adjust. Sometimes the weather, sometimes the food, some even the language. You know, maybe they are French players, they cannot speak Swahili, or they are players who speak English and they struggle. So those guys, I think their level was not on the level of Yanga, so that's why they failed.
Well, thank you for the good explanations. Micky, I want to know something. Azam has been doing great, and since the arrival of Ibenge, we saw some new changes. They made it to the group stage. But what lets down Azam to not competing more with Simba and Young Africans from the league?
Look, Azam also one of the clubs I really like here. I think they have everything. They have their own stadium, facilities, pitches, and all that. So they also have good youth system. You know, it's with good leaders also. Bakaresa, Popat. You know, very good friends of mine. And when we speak about football. They share good ideas and all that. I really appreciate that from them. But yeah, I think Azam is a club that is still growing. You know, they are still learning. And they have bright future when I see the team, especially with Ibenge. He's a good coach. Look, I was telling Popat, let's give this Ibenge, you know, some few time, keep him, don't stress him. And good thing for Ibenge is that Azam, maybe they are not populated with the fans like Simba or Yanga to put their pressure and all that on the coach. So it's the right fit for him, the right club he needs. I know before coming, there were some clubs they were trying to, but he already gave his word to Azam. And so, look, Ibenge is the top coach. For me, after Pito Mutimani, the old coaches, after Pito, I think Ibenge is the next coach. And I really like him, his philosophy. Even if you find me now, you will say, you are always tracking me, you always follow me. I've been following him around. You know, last time we even met in Libya when he was coaching Al Hilal. And I really like him. I think the club made a very good decision to bring Ibenge. He will really help them. Let's give him time in the next 3, 4, 5 years, then we can begin to judge him. For this season, the target was for them to go into the group stage. Yeah, sure. He achieved that. Inexperience is what killed them because, you know, most of the players, they were playing in Confederation Champions League, Confederation Cup group stage games for the first time. And in the beginning of the group stage games, they could have done, you know, like I said, the key word, inexperience. So in the beginning, they were struggling to, you know, fit, but when now they understand, they picked, now they know that, okay, this is the level. This is not the NBC. This is not CRB Cup. This is high intense confederation. You are playing with that. You are playing Maniama and all that. So expect tough games. Expect games to be more quick, more faster. You don't expect easy fouls, easy 50-50 to be on your way. So Azam is great. They are doing well. I can only wish them success and good luck for the future. But yeah, they need to keep Ibenge, give him chance, give him time, and strengthen the team also. They need some few players to make the squad, you know, a bit tough, and then they will be good.
We are heading to the AFCON right now, and I saw you had a tour in different areas. You were in Arusha, you were in Zanzibar. You saw different construction going on right now. Would like to know something from you. How can you relate our preparations going on to the AFCON? And we are combining with Kenya, with Uganda. Do you think it's not easy to do what Morocco did in the previous AFCON, but do you think we can achieve something that we can leave a mark behind, like the East African countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, pamoja wameweza, and they did something great, and maybe African countries, Europe may be proud of the preparations that we did for the AFCON 2027?
Look, East Africa will be ready. I'm very confident they'll be ready. Tanzania will be ready based on what I have seen. I thought, you know, the places where the games will be played. I was in, like you said, Arusha, Zanzibar also. I saw the progress that's been made. I saw, you know, how the preparation is going.
You're right.
And look, things are really, really speeding up, you know. The good thing is that here we have the good president, Mama Samia, who loves football. She loves sports. She's showing all her support for it. We also have, you know, a good leader, Wallace Carrier, the TFF, the sports ministry, you know, Paul Makonda, Mona Efe, Gelson, and the very good guys. They're doing a good job. I think they all love good sports. They love football. They want to see the AFCON here, and everybody is making progress. Everybody is making you know, they are giving the push. And the good thing also is that CAF President Motsepe prefer that AFCON come here to East Africa. So all in all, I think togetherness, it will be ready. The games will be amazing here. And you know, one good thing is that here in Tanzania, when AFCON comes here, it will be more than football.
Okay.
You can go to Zanzibar, you will be at the beach. You will be in Arusha, tourist places to explore, to see many amazing and beautiful things. So, you know, culture, tourism, wildlife, the safaris, people. So I always say to people, I was speaking with some of my friends from Germany and France. We were in a group together, England. I told them, look, if you are going to AFCON, Tanzania should be the place. Zanzibar should be the place where you should always, have on your list, because there's so many for you to explore.
Okay. Thank you.
They will be ready, I know for sure. But AFCON is next year, June, July.
Yes.
And with what I'm seeing, how work is progressing very well, I know that Tanzania will be ready. East Africa will be ready.
Let's finish with the last derby that brought intense to fans and other people. They spoke a lot. Let's start with Mwinchui, the referee who was there among the 11 players from Simba and Yanga. But first, I want to start with the words from the president. Like he said one day before the derby, if it happens, the referee doesn't play well the game, we'll file him complaints, and if possible, we'll take him to jail. Do you think are they good words coming from the president that led people to speak a lot, like we are not happy, we are not pleased, like our president, how can he say something like this?
Look, I think if we are being frank, I watched the game, I was there in the stadium myself. I don't really see anything wrong with the referee.
What about the goal?
Yeah, I'll get there. I think the referee did very good.
Yeah.
If you ask me, he did very good. He handled the game well. This is a derby. It's a different thing altogether. This is not Pambajiji playing Tabora or the mid teams. This is Simba and Yanga, bro. It's a tough game.
Yes.
The referee did good. Even I think the referee was more lenient. He didn't give yellow cards.
Yes.
Because
I think only one yellow card.
You see, I saw some tackles, some fouls that could have been yellow cards, but he did very good. Now, I think the only one incident that changed everything was the linesman who didn't award the goal.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, if you ask me,
yeah,
I think it's a good goal. It's a clear goal. People saw it. I shared the goal to the video to some people at CAF, especially the leaders, especially in the referees committee or referees department, and they all confirmed that it's a clean goal.
Okay.
There was no way this is an offside. I even asked a top linesman, from one of the countries. He confirmed that if he was the one on that day, it's a clear goal for him. So I think that was just the only situation that changed the game. But otherwise, I don't think the referee did anything wrong. All calls were right. It was just that end. Look, it's the pressure of the derby. It happens sometimes. Real Madrid, Barcelona, not all decisions will be right. So, yeah, and on the part of the president, he know what to do. Maybe I'm not the best one to advise him,
sure.
but he's a leader. He's been there. He's seen many derbies before me. I've not seen enough, but he has seen a lot of derbies, and we would just leave him together with his committee or the ESCOM or the leaders who make decisions to decide on what they want to do. But yeah, I heard those words also because I was there in Kahama myself, and he said those statements or those words. So we would just have to leave him to sit and to meet his leaders or his team, and they would decide on what decision to take going forward. But on my part, nothing wrong with the referee. It was only that decision that Mwalimu's goal that was not allowed. That maybe we can say that it was the only call that went wrong. But otherwise, there was nothing wrong with the referee.
Your last words in Crown Media. Would like to know, how do you feel being back in Tanzania again? And I've been seeing you around Samia Cup. Just one word before we finish the interview, and to give an opportunity to people now to watch this full interview.
Look, like I've been saying throughout the interview here, you're very fortunate. You have a very good president who loves sports. Look, sports is a way that you can also unite people. You can bring community together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was there twice myself for the Samia Cup. And look, it was amazing to see the crowd. Sometime late in the night, when people are moving. Once even others are leaving, the more others are coming.
Yeah.
And look, I have been many places in Africa and beyond, but to have a Samia Cup like this and a lot of attendance is so amazing to see. We only have to to give credit to the president or the leaders who thought about this and to bring this competition so that we can encourage them to continue to do more. Hopefully they can get more sponsors. They can get a lot of teams to come and take part. And look, competitions like this, it rather helps the young ones. Maybe at that time, somebody can go to do something bad, but coming to watch Samia Cup, being around that venue, it has saved the person from being involved in something bad. Because when I was there were a lot of young ladies, young boys moving around. It's a form of entertainment to keep them active, to keep them busy, you know, to make sure that the time they will use to maybe go and attack somebody or fight or steal or be involved in some sexual something, they will rather use that time to have a good time here. So it's good, and I encourage it. I want to entreat all celebrities, all people, go and watch it, come around and enjoy the game. So far so good. And I understand your Crown is also taking part. So I hope Crown can win. And I wish you guys good luck. Yeah, now to my final word, Tanzania is like my second home. It's a beautiful country. Here the people are very nice. Everybody welcome, Karibu welcome, feel at home. Look, anytime somebody can even call, Micky, are you okay? Do you need something? Is everything okay? And yeah, I have to say a big thank you to everybody from President Karia to Paul Makonda, Mwana Efe, Gelson, Masingwa, Engineer Hersi, Magori, everybody, you know, Popat. I cannot mention even all names, but all club leaders, everybody, friends, you know, colleagues, everybody is just so nice and kind to me. That's why I feel like home here. When I'm here, I don't even worry about anything. I know I'm safe. And there's one person I also have to say a big thank you to, because she makes sure when we are all here, we are safe, we are very good. She's Hosan Farah, she's out there. The federation, not even only me, but everybody from CAF, FIFA.
We call her Zlatan.
Zlatan, yes. Oh, Zlatan. I never know. I will call her.
If you meet her, tell hi Zlatan. She'll be very wondered. Like,
how did you get to know?
How did you get to know?
I never know. She's like, so yeah. These people, they always make sure we are good. Not even only me, but when people from CAF, from FIFA, she handles us well. She checks on us. Very good people. So. Yeah, I can wish Tanzania the very best, especially coming in AFCON, in all competition, the NBC, and let peace, let the good things here, that when we come, it makes us safe.
Who is winning the title this season?
Ah man, it's difficult. I don't want, you don't put me in tight.
just say one word.
You will put me in tight. I don't want to. People will start to say different things. But good luck to all teams. I think Yanga is leading now. We still even have some more games. Good luck to them. If Simba can catch up, it will be good for them, because they are the people who need to put pressure on Yanga. They are the people who need to put pressure on Azam. So good luck to all the teams. And look, the NBC, Tanzanian football is one that I have a lot of interest in. So I am always there to support, to give my best support too. So good luck to everybody and good time.
Thank you so much Micky Junior. Tumepata wasaa mzuri sana wa kuzungumza mengi na mwandishi bora, mwandishi nguli ambaye amekuwa akifanya kazi nzuri sana na sisi tumekuwa tukifurahia. Lakini kama unaniona ninapendeza na ninang'aa kupitia kamera hizi, basi unapaswa kufahamu nyuma kamera ni JJ mashine yake, anakuwa akifanya kazi nzuri sana. Nikushukuru sana JJ kwa kukubali ombi langu. Haikuwa rahisi wewe kusimama hapa na kunipa kitu bora sana ambacho naamini watazamaji watavutiwa kwa kutenga muda wao kwa zaidi ya dakika 40 kutazama interview hii ambayo itaruka live kabisa kupitia YouTube channel Crown TV na Crown Digital. Niwashukuruni sana. Mimi ni Pablo Almas, mpaka wakati mwingine.